Hey everybody, I'm back. It's Cory Ballad, and I'm back to talk about the third part of what I was talking about earlier. This is celebrate my 250 videos, how I got to 250 videos. Um, yeah, I always feel like I have to introduce myself, even though this is like part 3. I don't know. Should I introduce it or should I just get back into it? Don't know. I just want to reintroduce myself and update you. I feel like every time I do a video. So I thought I was gonna take a break, but I just said because this is harder than I thought, but let's gonna go ahead and get it over with. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, share the video on other platforms, like the video, comment, visit my blog corysong.blogspot.com, and yeah. So we started the podcast as a way to promote ourselves. Me and Big Shun and I got Mark Litt on as well. So we started the podcast, and that was the beginning of my YouTube content, pretty much. Like I said before, I was putting up the mixtapes, and so that was somebody else's content. So this was my content. The blog, it was my content. Well, I was putting up other people's content, and I was talking about it briefly, writing about it briefly. So it wasn't really that expressive. This was a more expressive way of putting some content out there, the podcast. So I was able to talk about different subjects and give my point of view on them. So that was when my YouTube channel was really born, what I say. And yeah, I'd also been drawing as well, but I'd been drawing other people's things, like trying to like just draw them, different people's cartoons, so this was my first thing that I was putting out that was creatively mine, where I was speaking my thoughts thoroughly through on different subjects and such, and I was editing everything. So that was also a form of creativity, to edit everything and put it together and make the title, picture, and all that crap. And yeah, I would make little intros and outros and commercials, and I would have to plan up everything that we would do, taking inspiration from other podcasts that I had looked at or listened to rather before, and making it into our own thing or whatever. So it was a higher level of creativity for me at that point. So that was when my YouTube channel was born, and I'm gonna try to just finish this video a little bit quicker, just because I've already talked 40 plus minutes or whatever. I thought I was gonna do one video. It ended up being 3 videos. So the podcast was the beginning of the YouTube, my YouTube career, and I was already about nearly 70 videos deep, because I had done the mixtapes. So they were I did like 65 of them, I think, or something. So then I started doing the podcast, and we did several of those. We broke them up into segments, some of them. So it's ended up being 20 so far, but like it was getting difficult for us to schedule time to do the podcast. And then Big Shun had moved away, and so Mark Litt didn't live in the same city as we did during the time either. So they moved away. So it was pretty difficult for us to get back together and do the podcast. So I stopped doing the podcast during that time. not to say that I've ended the podcast. We're going to continue. We still talking. We're still trying to get together to do the podcast. Like we're gonna do our reunion tour or whatever. But so after that whole thing, I decided. Well, I was kind of at a crossroads. I was like trying to figure out, how can I continue to advance my creativity and output onto the internet and stuff. But I was afraid to be on camera, and I was still kind of afraid to put my stuff out there all alone and stuff. So I started doing little videos where I would talk on them, and I graduated from college. I started graduate school. Ended up quitting because it wasn't taking me in the direction. I was tired of it. By that time, I was tired of not being moved forward in the direction to getting my cartoon and singing. So I quit, and I started recording. I started practicing. Like one day, I just woke up and said, "I'm quitting. I'm quitting school, and I'm gonna do a mixtape type of thing, EP or whatever, where I was just, and I don't have any money, and so I'm just gonna sing into my phone, like record it and edit it together and stuff, a couple of songs, and do the little artwork on my computer, and put it up on my YouTube channel as a celebration, a declaration that I've quit, and I'm about to continue my journey as a creator and move myself forward, like I'm gonna bogart my way into this or whatever. So I did that. So I just decided. I think it might have been a Thursday or Friday or something like that. I think it was the weekend. It was going to be the weekend or something like that, or it was like before the Easter break, like spring break. So we were getting ready to go on a break or whatever, and I decided to quit. So I stayed up that night and I started practicing a couple of songs, and I didn't practice them as much as I would like to. I wanted to practice them more. I didn't feel like I was prepared, but I had to. Like it was like I had to finish this project as a way to show myself that I could do this and put it out on that day, so I practiced all of them for a couple of hours each or whatever. Then I got up and I went and I recorded the songs, and then I made the little artwork, and it was 3.4, which was my first little mixtape EP thing, and so I didn't do such a great job. I didn't think I liked when I did the Mariah Carey song on there. Still, I think that's like the best thing I recorded so far. I like that one. But I put it all together in that day just to like show myself like you can do this, like the whole project from start to finish. It was really short, but it was a project that was complete and it was out in the public, and I was proud of that, and it gave me confidence to continue with my decision to quit and to continue trying to further my creative journey or whatever. So I was putting up the little videos where I was speaking, and then I also put up that mixtape EP whatever, and I continued to put up mixtapes throughout that year. I think yes, I put up 4 of them, and but it was getting difficult for me to go to the place where I was recording these things, and I didn't have any place to record. So I didn't want to record any singing because I'm really really don't feel like I can be free in singing if I don't have a space or whatever. I don't want people to hear me singing like when I'm trying to record or whatever. So I was living with some other people. So I was like, and it was, I was like, how can I continue? So I decided that I'm gonna get on camera, and I just like would watch a whole bunch of other YouTube people and see what they did. And so I said, I'm gonna get on camera. I'm gonna start doing like talking about things, reviewing things, so-called reviewing. I don't like to review, but I like to talk about it or give some idea about it, what I thought about it or what it meant or whatever. Not necessarily a review, but I could do that. So I started doing that. It was really, I still wasn't comfortable doing it where I was at completely, but I was more comfortable than singing. So I was like, I'm going to do 10 videos just so I could showcase to the YouTube audience various different things that I could do. So I did those there, and that's when I started being a YouTuber, like when I started putting up videos with my face and everything. And it's been a journey, and it's been a journey. I was still living in that place, and so it was difficult for me to record. And then I started getting these different jobs. They were really crappy, and I had to work a lot of hours and still didn't have any money, and I was sad and miserable, and I didn't have any privacy, and so I didn't record for a long time. And now I was able to move out, and I started getting other different jobs and got a place where I could have my own space. And then I just, I was thinking about, well, I had started, back when I was at the other place, when I couldn't record, I started writing a lot of poetry. So I started putting that up on my blog when I put it up for like 100 days straight, or close to 100 days straight. A poem each day. Then I moved out, came here, got different jobs, and I met this person, coworker at one of my jobs, and I don't speak to them anymore, but they kind of got me into speaking a little bit about myself, and I mentioned my talents and stuff, my YouTube and stuff, and they encouraged me to do different, to get back more into creating, which was at the end of this year. At the end of last year, 2019, 2020. So in about September or something, that's when I started doing all these videos that I'm doing now, and this is how I got to 250. Like I said, I did 100 videos in the last 3 months. So I just was moving here and working all these jobs that I can't stand, and I wanted to create more, but I never had the energy to create. I was very miserable, and I never was accomplishing what I wanted to do, which was work at these little crappy jobs, and then when I had time off, when I got off, to create. But my energy was so low that it blocked me from creating. So kind of made me not uninspired. It made me uninspired to create. And when I left the certain jobs, because they were like, I was working through a temp agency, and it was they were playing games, and we're not hiring, blah 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 blah. So I left the jobs. I would leave the jobs and like do a whole bunch of videos, and I'd get another job because I needed a little bit of cash, and then that wouldn't work out. So then I'd start making more videos, and that's how I got to 100 videos so rapidly. Just and this is just from, like, I've been doing this for years, like creating stuff on YouTube, starting from my blog, you know, creating and not being able to live up to what I can do and what I wish to do, and you know, and even before that, you know, all of my life. So I wanted to be have a cartoon, sing, write, and stuff like that. So, yeah, but actually trying to put myself out there since my blog. And so that had been several years. So I was just frustrated, like I'm not moving forward because at these jobs that I'm so not feeling it that I'm not creating anything. So I'm not even getting closer to my goal, and I'm not even making a sustainable living, like at these jobs that I'm getting. Trying to get higher paying jobs, but not getting any interviews or anything, you know, like that. So I'm getting these like labor jobs that are paying me more than where I was at. So it's better. I've stepped up and it's better, and I could live a little bit decently. But I'm just above, my head's just above water, and you know, just above water. I'm trying to thrive, like blow up, like be good, and I'm just above water. I can't get an interview for a good job, so to use my little stinking degree. So, you know, why not just do what I want to do, you know? So that's what I've been doing. So now we're here. I made it to 250 videos by just, you know, I didn't know. I was like, I just have to make stuff. Like, I have to do stuff. I have to think outside of the box. So I started, like doing the videos where I was practicing, because before it was holding me up that I was so nervous about being good, being perfect, practicing, you know. You know, I just didn't have that available to me to practice when I was younger, or for whatever reason, and I'm not where I would like to be. But I'm discovering that I could make my output to YouTube and to the world can be my journey to creating my, you know what I'm saying? I can showcase that. I can show you how I'm getting to being what I hope for myself, you know. So that's where I'm at right now. That's what I'm doing with the videos that I'm doing now, and I'm very excited about it, and I feel great. I feel like I'm moving in the right direction. That's what I'm going to continue to do. Just showcase my development as a creative person, and someone, just my creativity. I don't know what else to say. So yeah, so here we are. I'm at 250. I'm still making videos after I get off of this video. So I'm ready now. I'm gonna get off of here. Thanks for listening to me ramble on. This was very good for me. I like doing this. I'm gonna talk more about some different stuff. I got a lot of stuff to talk about. I like doing this. I didn't think I would. I was so, like I said, I put this off. I watched that other video that inspired me, the Lacey Young video. That was like a month ago. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna do it. Oh, I'm not gonna do it. I just kept going back and forth. But I'm glad I did it. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know. If you made it this long, that's great. So go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and like the video, comment on the video. Share the video on other platforms. Visit my blog, corysong.blogspot.com. Come back and look at me again. Look at my old stuff. That's it. That's all I got to say. Bye. Thanks. Dude! Let me get the... I gotta pick it up because I can't do it when it's on this because it's not sturdy. What you don't know, I just... Okay. Dude! Dude! Dude, 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 dude.